We're Matt and Cass. Living unconventionally is conventional for us. From traveling all over the US in a bus, to the rural parts of Mexico in a van, and now the build out of our fully off-grid homestead. The road from this raw land to our dream will be a long one, and we'll be taking our time through the learning,
not sure if it's gonna work,
the celebrations, and, well, the mistakes.
Well, I really messed up.
After all, we have nowhere to be and all day to get there.
All right, so first big project we are taking on in the new year is our big solar installation.
which we are very excited about, but it is
So
a massive,
excited.
it is a massive project.
The first task for this installation is going to be building out the solar array. And the first task before we can build the actual array
Is to move all this stuff. We moved this here in summer,
Yep.
but now we've decided this is where our solar array is gonna go. So now we gotta move it again.
So it's our mushroom compost, some wood piles, things like that we need to clear out. The length of the solar array is approximately 23 feet. So we're gonna go a little bit bigger than that, cut back some grass just so that we have plenty of room to work with to make sure we get that angle facing like south-ish.
South.
Boogie down after bar, fiddle tunes and homemade blues, but it always goes too far.
But we've been monitoring what we've done through the summer and fall is weekly taking a where the sun is chart in our phone on a good sunny day to be able to track the best area on our property to get the most solar throughout the year, because that's the most important part is the sun is way lower this time of year than it is in the summer. And this spot is one of the best spots on our entire property, so that's where we're doing it.
Let's go.
Party on down the street with Mary Jane, good cocaine, laying down there again. Double down, throw some dice, take off now, don't think twice, but hey, don't you want?
It is a cold one. It's actually probably the coldest day that we have had here at the Runaway Ranch. I feel like I'm always telling you guys, wow, it's December and it's 60 degrees. Today is like high of 35. 35?
38.
38.
It's Tennessee cold.
Tennessee cold, yeah. For all those people who live up north, yeah. This is Tennessee cold, but it is very cold to us.
Baby, I don't work down there anymore. No, I don't.
Watch out, Puff.
So honey,
Yeah?
what is one of your 2024 goals?
Goals, because we're not huge on like resolutions, but we do like to set kind of like goals going into a year. Stetson, get out of the shovel, you wacko. I would say one of the biggest would be kind of like part of the reason we're here on this property, and that's working towards self-sufficiency. There's different levels of self-sufficiency, of course, or self-dependency. Do I think we'll ever be 100% self-sufficient or dependent? Maybe not.
So if you had to say by the end, when we're making this video in 2025, how self-sufficient are you?
The shovel work that I'm doing right now is big work at that, because we run the generator sometimes now, and not that we'll never have to run it when the solar system's installed, but it should be very, very minimal. So this is a huge step towards that. 98% solar powered with the 1% variance, or not variance.
2%.
With the, yeah, good math, huh? With obviously just those emergency situations, at least in the summertime, I'd say again, like I'll say 90% of our produce, fruits, vegetables this year.
Wow.
In the summer though.
Okay.
Not in the spring, maybe not even, in the fall too, at least the early fall. I'd like to not be buying produce from the grocery stores. I mean, I think that would leave me at a pretty good standpoint if energy-wise we're mostly self-dependent, water-wise we're self-dependent, and our groceries, a big chunk of them for part of the year, are also self-dependent.
But baby, I don't work down there anymore. No, I don't.
So fun to raise a little puppy here on the ranch. He gets to experience so much different stuff, like how we work through the day. He gets to play with his brother Atali. Then he gets to take a puppy nap. So it's we're with him a lot. which we're working on because we don't want some separation anxiety. But we're with him a lot, so we get to really tune into who he's going to be and keep training him throughout the whole day and what his life is gonna look like here on the ranch. All right, honey, give me another New Year's goal.
Whew. Ironic timing as I'm moving a big heavy stuff. Since moving to the property, I feel like there's been parts of health and wellness that we've been nailing and doing like way better than when we were traveling. But then I feel like there's other parts that we're not nailing and we're doing way worse than when we were traveling. I think that's something that I want to just keep in mind through 2024. Let's go. Cooking is one of my jobs here, and while I do love to do it, our chaotic and long working days here at the ranch can leave me with little time to know that the meals that I'm making are giving us the vitamins and nutrients that our bodies need. This is why we've partnered with Ritual to help us tackle our 2024 health and wellness goal with an easy daily task. Cass and I trust Ritual because we've been using their products for years, long before this partnership, back in the days that we were traveling in our big old bus, Lady May. Ritual is the obsessively researched and transparently made multivitamin. I take Essential for Men, which includes 10 high-quality nutrients, including vitamin A, D, omega-3s, and zinc, which can be hard for men to get from their diet alone. But don't worry, Cass isn't left out. Ritual also makes a multivitamin for women, a 50+, prenatal, postnatal, and a teen vitamin. As we work to grow our own food here, our diet will always be the center of focus here at the Runaway Ranch, but Ritual gives us a peace of mind knowing that we're filling any nutrient gaps that we may be missing. So this year, set aside your lofty, overarching goal of health and commit to an easy daily ritual with 40% off today.
You probably can't see them on the screen, but there's little snowflakes in the air, which is crazy.
I saw the flashes in the dark, colors on the wall, bright against the monochrome, where I felt so small.
Now, a huge goal of mine for 2024, like I said, we're not big resolution people just because I don't like to be let down in failure. I don't like to set myself up these huge standards that were unobtainable, but I like to make myself small little goals and just use the new year as a time to reset. Something that I do love doing is reading, and I like reading educational stuff, I like reading fictional stuff, and reading just brings me a lot of enjoyment, and it's so easy to default to the TV for that enjoyment, especially after working really hard all day. Sometimes your brain, you don't really want to have it to work, you just want to kind of zone out into the TV, but that's very easy to keep doing. So one of my goals is to keep picking up my books and keep reading.
Shine, 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 shine in the golden gaze of my...
So this is going to be a 4,800 watt solar system, and if you see those blue tarps behind me, those are the crates that are holding our solar panels. We have 12 400 watt solar panels, and that is the land that we're clearing for this array.
Sit.
When I was
Sit.
a boy,
Okay.
rolled up like a cigarette. The jacket didn't
It's snowing.
It is, I mean, sleeting, I guess, right?
Sleeting, yeah.
It's icing on us. Lovely weather to work outside.
We gotta get it done.
Watch out, Steps. We're moving this firewood, and we are not dumping it with any rhyme or reason. So one of the double uses of the solar array is that we're gonna try to make it like a woodshed. So we're going to get all this firewood back over there once it's up.
Oh, the sleet is really coming down. What a day to record a YouTube video. What a day to work outside.
Before I start up the weed whacker to clear up all that brush, I gotta move this stump. And Cass and I were both able to move this stump in and out of the truck bed originally, but her back's bugging her a little bit today. So I don't want to make her give a hand with that one because it is much larger than the other two. It's gonna be very cumbersome. So we're gonna try to use a four-wheeler's winch to just drag it out of the way. Even if it isn't in the perfect place, as long as it's out of the way, that's all we need. Okay, so this honestly would have been a little easier by just pulling this with the four-wheeler, but I haven't gotten to use the winch on the four-wheeler, so I figured this was a good time to just get a little bit of practice. I had a little issue getting the cable out. It hasn't been used in a very, very, very long time. So I just pulled out the tow rope that we used to carry in Jolene to give me a little extension, and then I'm gonna try to drag it, and if we have any problems, I'll just turn around and drag it with the four-wheeler anyways. Just realized that because I'm using this long of a tow rope, it's not gonna get as far as I need it anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and unhook it, flip the four-wheeler around, and just drag it right on. Nice and easy. So we got that moved out of the way. Really nice having a tool like this around the property to help us when you need a little extra muscle. While we don't always have the perfect tools for the job, we're able to make do with what we have. And the fun part about this, like trying to use the winch and stuff, is every experience I'm just trying to learn with the tools that I have. What's the best way to use them and what's the best way to get the job done.
Stetson, Stetson, come. Stetson, sit. Stetson, down. Yes, boy. So, one of my favorite parts of the day, and that is puppy training time. Puppy training time has been so important. Every single day we take a structured 15 minutes of training. Time for training, I feel so much more inspired and know so much more about training a dog than I did with a Tolly. I've also been taking the time to train a Tolly separately as well because it's super good for dogs. It activates their brain. It makes them so happy to do so. And he's actually getting into some stuff right now, so I think we just gotta get going, get the training going.
It's like I almost forgot that I had a mower. Started with the weed eater and then thought, wait, the mower would be a lot easier at getting all this down and then I could just rake it out. So, let's haul some ass. Cut some grass. So the spot for our solar array is now all cleared. So I will be able to go to Lowe's, get the lumber that I need, get the parts that I need, and start breaking ground on that. So the general idea, to give you a concept of where we are, so I'm standing in between, you see the camper over there, the cabin over there, and then what we refer to as our barn site is all the way down the road. So this is where the array is gonna be. And then basically where I'm standing, maybe just a little further up the road, we're going to put a shed. And that shed is really small metal 8x10 shed that we're going to use to house our battery and our inverter charger. And then from there, we're gonna run a 30 amp line up to the camper, and we'll also be able to run extension cords to power up power stations over there in the cabin so we can run deep freezers and things like that. And we've been sitting on these crates of solar panels behind me for a while now. We're partnering with Shop Solar on this install. We're really excited to share this install with you guys. That'll be coming up in the next couple vlogs, actually. We'll be slowly doing it over these next few vlogs. And then at the end, we're gonna give you a full walkthrough of our system. What's going on in here?
We're all relaxing.
Relaxing?
I got my boys all right here.
I'm out there freezing my butt off and y'all are just all snuggled in.
It's cold outside. And everyone says it.
Got the 3 boys in bed. Mr. Fogs. Got Bubba Doos back there. And we got Mr. Stitchin. But
You can come join.
no, I think now that I'm back in, I finally got, oh, Stetson, stop chewing on the camera. So I finally got the water heater running. I just didn't set it up before because there was a crack in the molding of the shower. But I siliconed that and got that fixed. So today I got the water heater running. The water is hot. So I'm gonna shower for the first time in the camper, which is exciting. I've been using Blaine and Ness's shower up until now. So got the heat cranking high, get it nice and warm in here, and take a hot shower.
And I'm gonna sleep.
And she's gonna sleep, cause her back hurts.
My back hurts.
Cause her back hurts.
Babe.
It's okay, I got it. I took care of everything outside. Don't you worry, baby, I got it. You stay cozy in here, don't worry.
I feel good.
Uh-huh. Who's making dinner? I got it. I got it.
You can go pick up wonton soup.
I would love to pick up wonton soup, but I don't want to drive. Hello, puppy.
Puppy.
All right, time to get some power from that shower.
I burned out like a wandering ember. I shone bright, then my journey was over. What I sought when I ran was back where I began. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Leave open the gate. Don't turn off the light, I'm coming home. Well, I scratched in the dirt for a while. I gained all